warm welcome to you wherever you are in the world. Let's join Romilo at his garden.
Hello, magandang umaga. Good morning to you. Salamat sa pagsama kay Kuya today. Your uncle and Kuya here at the garden. Salamat sa pagbisita. Ipapasyal ko kayo ngayon sa ating garden. This is the middle of spring. Gising na ang mundo. Although the world that we have created has stopped, has paused, has slept because of the corona or COVID, the world continues to revolve. The natural world continues and everything is green now. Perhaps you can notice from the previous visit, everything was gray and brown. It's all twigs and branches. Now we see leaves. Ipapakita ko. I'll be touring you through the garden. Let's start first sa ating greenhouse.
This is not a real greenhouse. This is actually called a polytunnel.
Tara, let's go inside.
And here are my plants and seedlings being prepared for eventual transplanting outside. And here are the encantadoras. Next week perhaps. And here tomatoes. And sweet corn there. That's my gabi. Sweet gabi. And this is tultulaya. Physalis. I don't know the Tagalog word.
This is the area where I will be growing. I've already transplanted them even. I still have reserve inside in case they die. Or they stop growing because it's still cold. I have a reserve inside. These are my courgettes. Not particularly fond of courgettes, but I love the flowers for my dinding. It's the perfect replacement for sabong carbasa or squash blossom. This is also squash. It's called summer squash. And here on the other side are my potatoes. Those three are the earliest. If you have been following our gardening series last year, you noticed that this arch and these trellises were at the other side. I transferred them because I prefer to see them while I sit from the shed. Yeah. And I became apprehensive because I transplanted these vines. They're 3 years old when they were planted here already for 3 years, and I transferred them. But until now, they did not wake up. But compared to that, my manang grapes, they're still sleeping. But I'm seeing buds now, so there's hope. Of course, they were transplanted. They need to reestablish their root system first before growing again. I'm seeing no buds. Encouraging. Maybe in 3 more weeks, the leaves will appear.
I'm excited because our apple trees begin to show their fruits. They're thumb size now. Look at those apples.
This area is dedicated to my sweet corn. I think in June I'll be transplanting them out. They're still small. And if you're wondering what are these are Jerusalem artichokes. They are prepared. I prepared them for my man and grace, or for anyone who's interested. These are cow manures. I'll use them for my string beans inside. I'll show you the interior of the shed. Let's go. My zapatos from home to garden. And these are my bakya. Yan ang mga bakya. At ang my chinelas and gloves there. Let's go inside. Yeah, I have a mirror. Yeah. Ito yung aking mga abasto. That's my kitchen sink. And ito yung ating stove. with shelves here. Akong gumawa niyan. And then, ito yung aking shelves for my tools, quick access. And of course, if it's cold, dito ako nagsisiesta. Which never happened because I'm always busy. And it's a painting of Monet of his garden.
And to the side of the shed is the tool room. Jaran! Look at that. How orderly, quote unquote, can this be? That's my problem. I have difficulty keeping order, really. To the back of the shed, and I will show you the kiwi plants. Yellow bell, just to keep me from hitting my bell against, or my head against the eaves. That's the kiwi. A bird made a nest among the pots, if you're wondering.
This is the pergola next to the shed, and this is where I usually cook also. And a new project. The pond is gone. This used to be a pond. It's now a walk. It's a lipit, and there, yeah, I'll be growing here. So there's now a small forest in between the new location of the pond and here. I'm thinking of placing a monument here. What do you think? Or Buddha, I don't know. This is now the pond.
After recording this, I went to the garden center and bought aquatic plants galore.
And there, between the cypresses and the pond, the dahlias will come. And the encantadoras. Here on the other side, more dahlias and encantadoras. And the rose arch cypress here. And that's my entrance. Another trellis, small trellis with clematis. That's my entrance to my Man and Grace's shed.
This was the old apple promenade, and I'll call it the Terracotta Promenade. And to our left here is the newest room in my garden, flanked by the sweet peas which have grown.
And welcome to the spring room, the newest room of my garden. This is where you saw the tulips. This area, because it's shady, will be dedicated to spring bulbs, onions, daffodils, etc., crocus. And I also made a pathwalk. My installation art, it's a pathwalk, it's multimedia. Yeah, it's multimedia. Recycled tiles, recycled wood, and further here, recycled terracotta. I call this the multimedia installation walk. The far end of the installation walk are sunflowers and more architectural plants here. I mean plants with broad leaves and high structure. Yeah. So this is my my multimedia installation walk. My newest room here in my garden. And welcome to the Chinese vegetable department. Chinese mustard, pichay, what else? And here are the cabbages and the salads. They are the earliest crops. And this is where the tomatoes will go. Moneymaker tomatoes, which are taller, and cherry tomatoes on the other side. These are the tiles that you saw me hold. That's to divide, or just to protect this growing area of the ground from the roots of the weeds. Yeah, it's a problem. I almost gave up gardening because of weeds.
The pots contain flowers, perennial flowers intended to attract butterflies and bees. These are the sunflowers. That's a banana and more flowers. Perennial meaning they die in the winter and come back in the next year. More oak potted plants. They need the sun, that's why I placed them here.
My manang grace is stranded in the Philippines, but I also planted some crops in her plot. Let's see. Yeah. These were her tulips, black tulips. And here I planted my manang grace, if you're watching, peas, cabbages, salads, and onions there. So thank you for joining me today. Magluto na kaya tayo. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to have you again next visit here at the garden. Early summer. That would be early summer. Or late spring, because this is the mid-spring tour. Until next time. Diyos nagbati.
And if you enjoyed what you've just seen, don't forget to come back for our first salad and possibly stir fry and more later spring flowers and more of our cooking at our small kitchen at home and elsewhere. Don't forget to share, ibida natin ang pagkain natin sa buong mundo, and subscribe na rin. Your Kuya Uncle here, Romulo. Thank you for your visit.